If you're over 60, there's a food sitting in your fridge right now that could either protect your brain or quietly raise your risk of heart problems. The same food your doctor may have once told you to avoid is now being praised as a superfood. But what's the truth? Are we healing ourselves, or are we adding fuel to a hidden fire? Hello, I'm Dr. Morrison, and today I'll share a story that could change the way seniors across the USA think about breakfast and about their health. Before we begin, a quick reminder. This video is for educational purposes only. Always consult your doctor before making changes to your diet or lifestyle, especially if you're managing conditions like diabetes, high cholesterol, or heart disease. Let me tell you about George, a 74-year-old retired veteran from Florida. George grew up on hearty breakfasts, bacon, eggs, and toast every morning before school. But when he hit his 50s, his doctor warned him about cholesterol. Eggs were the first thing to go. For years, George avoided them, thinking he was protecting his heart. But here's the twist. By the time George reached his 70s, he began struggling with memory lapses and muscle weakness. He felt tired, sluggish, and couldn't keep up with his grandchildren. A new doctor encouraged him to reintroduce eggs, not fried in butter, but boiled or poached, paired with vegetables. Within months, George felt stronger. His labs even showed improvements in key nutrients, including vitamin B12 and choline, both vital for brain function. George asked me once, "So, were eggs ever really the enemy? Or was I misled all along?" That's the same question I know many of you have, because for decades, eggs have been at the center of a heated debate. Now let's strip away the confusion and talk science. One large egg contains about 70 calories, 6 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, 1.5 grams saturated, 186 milligrams of cholesterol, and a powerhouse of nutrients: vitamin D, vitamin B12, selenium, riboflavin, lutein, zeaxanthin, and choline. For seniors, these nutrients aren't just nice to have, they're essential. Choline supports memory and brain health. Lutein and zeaxanthin protect your eyes from macular degeneration. Vitamin D and protein support bones and muscles, which are crucial after age 60. But here's the sticking point: cholesterol. For decades, we were told dietary cholesterol directly raises blood cholesterol, leading to clogged arteries. That's why so many of us remember our doctors saying, "Cut back on eggs." But newer research tells a more nuanced story. For most healthy adults, eating eggs in moderation doesn't significantly raise the bad LDL cholesterol. In fact, for many people, eggs raise the good HDL cholesterol, which helps protect the heart. So why the fear? And is there still a risk for seniors? Imagine your arteries like a set of garden hoses running through your body. With age, those hoses naturally stiffen. If cholesterol particles are small and dense, they're more likely to stick to the walls, narrowing the flow. That's when heart attacks and strokes happen. For some seniors, especially those with type 2 diabetes, existing heart disease, or genetic cholesterol disorders, eating too many eggs could contribute to this build-up. So here's the suspenseful question: how do you know if eggs are helping you or hurting you? Problem. Ruth, a 69-year-old grandmother from Arizona, loved her scrambled eggs every morning. But she cooked them in butter, added cheese, and paired them with bacon. Her cholesterol numbers climbed. Her doctor blamed the eggs. Solution. We changed just one thing: how Ruth prepared them. She switched to poached eggs on whole-grain toast with spinach and avocado. Within 3 months, her LDL cholesterol dropped, her energy improved, and she didn't have to give up eggs. Takeaway: it's often not the egg itself, it's the company it keeps. Pair eggs with vegetables, not bacon grease. Now let's zoom in. When you eat an egg, your body doesn't just toss cholesterol into your bloodstream like pouring grease into a pipe. Instead, the liver adjusts. For many people, when dietary cholesterol goes up, the liver makes less cholesterol of its own. Here's why research shows most folks done to see huge spikes in blood cholesterol from eating eggs. But here's the twist. About 25 to 30% of people are hyper-responders. That means their cholesterol does rise noticeably after eating foods rich in cholesterol. Unfortunately, many seniors fall into this group, especially if you have a family history of heart disease, diabetes, or metabolic syndrome. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Studies suggest it's not just how many eggs you eat, but what else you're eating alongside them. An egg with vegetables may have a different effect than an egg with sausage and hash browns. The bigger picture matters. So, what do we do with this knowledge? Let me share another story. Karen, a 58-year-old teacher from Ohio, was in that in-between stage. Not quite senior, but noticing her body changing. She was tired of hearing conflicting advice about food. Should she avoid eggs? Should she eat only egg whites? When Karen finally had her labs checked, her cholesterol was borderline high. She was nervous. I suggested a middle ground, one whole egg in the morning, paired with extra egg whites and sautéed vegetables. She also swapped her butter for olive oil. 3 months later, her labs told the story. HDL went up, LDL stayed stable, and she felt energized. She was relieved she could enjoy eggs without guilt. Here's something many people don't realize. Eggs are one of the richest sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that collect in the retina of your eyes. For seniors, this is critical. Why? Because macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss after 60 in the United States. And then there's choline. Only about 10% of Americans get enough of this brain-protecting nutrient. Choline helps with memory, mood, and even muscle control. Seniors who are choline deficient may experience foggy thinking or quicker cognitive decline. So, while some folks fear eggs for their cholesterol, others are missing out on these brain and eye benefits by avoiding them completely. Part 9, Suspense Question. So now the question becomes, how many eggs are too many? Is 1 a day safe? 2? What if you're already dealing with high cholesterol or diabetes? Let's unravel that next. Problem. Tom, a 72-year-old retiree from Michigan, came to me confused. He loved making omelets with 3 eggs every morning, but his daughter, worried about his health, begged him to stop. He was frustrated. Eggs made him feel full and kept him from snacking all day. Suspense. If he stopped eating eggs, he worried he'd turn to processed foods instead. But was 3 eggs a day too much? Solution. We compromised. Tom cut back to 1 whole egg plus 2 egg whites, cooked in olive oil with lots of vegetables. This way, he got the protein, the nutrients, and the satisfaction without the extra cholesterol. Result. Within 6 months, Tom's cholesterol numbers improved, his weight dropped by 12 pounds, and his daughter had peace of mind. Now let's clear up another common question. Should seniors skip the yolk? The yolk is where most of the cholesterol lives, but it's also where the majority of nutrients are: vitamin D, choline, lutein, and B vitamins. The white gives you protein, but the yolk gives you the brain and eye protection. So if you always throw away the yolk, you're losing half the benefit. A better approach? Balance. 1 whole egg plus extra whites if you need more protein. That way, you get the best of both worlds. Not everyone can eat eggs freely. If you fall into one of these groups, you need to be extra cautious. Seniors with type 2 diabetes, studies suggest more than 7 eggs per week may raise heart risk. People with genetic cholesterol disorders like familial hypercholesterolemia. Anyone with very high LDL cholesterol already. Those with allergies, though rare in seniors, egg allergies can persist. For these groups, eggs aren't automatically off the table, but moderation and careful monitoring are key. Let's pause and recap what we've uncovered so far. Eggs are packed with nutrients critical for seniors: protein, vitamin D, lutein, zeaxanthin, and choline. For most healthy adults, eggs in moderation don't significantly raise cholesterol risk. About 25 to 30% of people are hyper-responders, meaning their cholesterol may rise. Preparation and pairing matter. Eggs with vegetables protect you. Eggs with bacon and butter may harm you. The yolk carries essential nutrients, so don't always toss it out. For decades, eggs have been painted as villains. Remember the old headlines? Avoid eggs or risk a heart attack. Those warnings stuck in the minds of millions of Americans, especially seniors who lived through the 70s and 80s. But here is the truth. Most modern studies have found that moderate egg consumption is not strongly linked to increased heart disease risk in healthy people. In fact, a massive 2020 analysis involving over 1.4 million participants found no significant link between eating up to 1 egg per day and heart disease. But, and this is important, the risk changes if you are dealing with other conditions like diabetes, obesity, or smoking. In those cases, the heart risk may go up slightly with higher egg intake. So instead of asking, "Are eggs safe?" the better question is, "Are eggs safe for me with my health profile?" Let me share about Paul, a 69-year-old veteran from Texas. Paul loved eggs. He fried them in butter every morning and usually paired them with bacon and toast. After a routine checkup, his cholesterol was high, his blood pressure creeping up, and his doctor suggested medication. Paul asked me if he should cut eggs entirely. Instead, I encouraged him to change the context of his breakfast. Instead of butter, he used olive oil spray. Instead of bacon, he added spinach and tomatoes. Instead of white toast, he switched to whole grain. The result? He kept his 2 eggs a day, but his cholesterol improved, his blood pressure came down, and he avoided needing a higher dose of medication. This shows the real secret. It is not just the egg, it is the company it keeps. So let's address the million-dollar question. How many eggs can seniors safely eat? For most healthy adults, 1 egg per day appears safe, supported by the American Heart Association. For active seniors with no cholesterol issues, up to 7 eggs per week is reasonable. For those with diabetes or existing heart disease, closer to 3 to 4 eggs per week may be a safer limit. And remember, this is about whole eggs. If you add egg whites, you can boost your protein without increasing cholesterol. Another question I get: when should seniors eat eggs? Morning tends to be best. Why? Because eggs provide satiety, helping control appetite throughout the day. A high-protein breakfast has been shown to reduce cravings for sugary snacks later on. For seniors managing weight, this small shift can make a huge difference. 1 egg in the morning may save you from reaching for cookies in the afternoon. Let's bust a few myths I hear every week in my clinic. Myth number 1, brown eggs are healthier than white eggs. Truth, the color only depends on the hen's breed. Nutrition is virtually the same. Myth number 2, raw eggs are better for you. Truth, not only is this risky for food poisoning, but your body absorbs more protein and biotin from cooked eggs. Myth number 3, cholesterol in food is always dangerous. Truth, for most seniors, saturated fats and processed foods affect cholesterol far more than dietary cholesterol from eggs. Myth number 4, eggs cause weight gain. Truth, actually, eggs are one of the most filling foods. When paired with vegetables, they can support weight loss. Here's where it all comes together. For seniors in the USA, food isn't just about calories, it's about independence. Being able to cook a simple, nourishing meal at home gives confidence and freedom. Eggs fit this perfectly. They're affordable, easy to cook, and packed with nutrients many seniors lack. A 75-year-old widow I work with in Florida told me, "Doctor, when I scramble 2 eggs with spinach, I feel strong enough to go for my morning walk." That independence, that daily routine, is priceless. Eggs aren't just food. They're a tool for dignity and wellness in aging. So where do eggs fit into the bigger picture of healthy aging? Think of them as part of a puzzle. Alone, they won't guarantee a healthy heart or sharp mind. But when combined with daily movement, like walking or light strength exercises, plenty of vegetables, especially leafy greens and colorful produce, Healthy fats, olive oil, nuts, avocado, stress management and sleep. Eggs become a powerful ally. Before we move into final tips, let's recap. 1 egg a day is safe for most healthy seniors. The way you prepare eggs and what you eat them with makes all the difference. Seniors with diabetes or heart disease should aim for moderation, 3 to 4 eggs weekly. The yolk contains the brain and eye nutrients. Don't skip it every time. Eggs support independence, satiety, and affordable nutrition for USA seniors. So how can you enjoy eggs without tipping into risk? Let me walk you through a simple weekly routine I often suggest to my patients. Monday, scrambled eggs with spinach, mushrooms, and whole grain toast. Tuesday, oatmeal with berries and walnuts. No eggs, giving your body variety. Wednesday, 2 hard-boiled eggs with a side of sliced avocado and cherry tomatoes. Thursday, Greek yogurt with flax seeds and fruit, again an egg-free day. Friday, vegetable omelette with peppers, onions, and a sprinkle of low-fat cheese. Saturday, smoothie with protein powder, banana, and almond butter, great egg break. Sunday, poached egg over sautéed kale and quinoa. This way, seniors get about 4 to 5 egg days per week, balancing nutrition with caution. The preparation makes all the difference. Avoid frying in butter every day. Instead, use olive oil spray or avocado oil. Pair with veggies. Think spinach, peppers, broccoli. The antioxidants help fight inflammation. Skip processed meats. Bacon and sausage are high in sodium and saturated fat. Try boiling or poaching. These methods keep calories low. For sandwiches, use whole grain bread instead of white. A fried egg with bacon on white toast is a heart hazard. A poached egg with avocado on whole grain is senior superfuel. Eggs are safe for most, but some groups need caution. Seniors with diabetes. Studies suggest higher egg intake may worsen heart risk. Those with severe high cholesterol not controlled by medication limit to 2 to 3 eggs weekly. Anyone with egg allergies, obviously avoid completely, and always check with your doctor. Every senior has a unique health picture. I'll never forget Mary, a 78-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She came to me worried because her daughter told her to stop eating eggs completely. Mary loved her morning boiled egg. It was part of her routine. After reviewing her labs, I reassured her. 1 egg a day was fine. She didn't need to give up the food she enjoyed. 6 months later, not only were her numbers stable, but she told me, "Dr. Morrison, keeping my egg made me feel normal again." Sometimes health isn't just about nutrients. It's about joy, routine, and independence. So where does this leave us? Eggs are not miracle foods. They won't erase years of poor habits, but they are a powerful, affordable tool in the senior diet. When used wisely, they can support brain health, strengthen muscles, protect vision, keep you fuller longer, help seniors maintain independence and energy. And that, my friends, is what healthy aging is all about. If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. Balance beats extremes. Cutting out foods entirely often creates fear and restriction. Instead, seniors should focus on moderation, variety, and smart choices. Eggs aren't the enemy. They're an ally, if you invite them to the right table. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you eat eggs daily? Have you noticed changes in your cholesterol or energy levels? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might inspire another senior watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with your family. Together, we can make sure seniors across the USA live stronger, healthier, and more independent lives. And as always, this is Dr. Morrison reminding you, aging is not about slowing down. It's about unlocking your next chapter.